Manchester United hope to sign West Ham star dead set on the move. Manchester United are still hopeful of signing West Ham star Mans Declan Rice in December. Sources have told Football Insider. The England midfielder has privately expressed a desire to stay in London if he leaves this summer, but that has not put of Eric Ten Hag's high flyers. The 24-year-old was previously valued at £150 million by West Ham boss David Moyes, is said to be one of the most sought-after players in world football this summer. Arsenal lead the race for the 24-year-old and are in sustained contact with the midfielder representatives. But Football Insider has learned that United believe they can still confident rise of the move to Old Trafford in the summer despite his wishes to remain in London. The midfielder's current deal runs until 2024 and he has already rejected several attempts by the Hammers to tie him down to an extension. The Iron have the option to extend his current contract by further 12 months. In May, the England international rejected an 8-year deal worth £83 million that would have made him the highest paid player in the club history. During the World Cup in Qatar, Rice made clear his desire to play Champions League football at his next club, and his progress at the international level has made him more determined to compete on a big stage at club level. Ten Hag's side have had an impressive turnaround this season and are surely third in the Premier League, only 6 points behind Manchester City with the game in hand. The Carabao Cup winners are guaranteed a spot in the Europe Conference League playoff next season and have already qualified for the Europa League last except for this season, but will aiming for a spot in the top European competition next season. In other news, on Sunday, Manchester United leave the EFL World Cup, winning their first trophy in 6 years, with Eric Ten Hag seemingly finally turning things around at Old Trafford. In his struck contracts to his team on this source, Lonnie Eric Bailly had a night to forget as Marseille were thumped 3-0 at home by Paris Saint-Germain. The Manchester United Orleans start at the game with hope that they could debut for the put in the game at the Parc des Princes earlier this season, although that was cut short by injury and proved to be the game changer. Unfortunately for the Ivory Coast international, however, that didn't happen because the player put in a performance he won't want to look back on. Local newspaper La Province don't hold back when analyzing the Manchester United man display, starting off by simply saying that he crumbled. The centre back was unable to keep up with the pace of the game, and he was overwhelmed by a stellar Kylian Mbappe, who clearly had something to prove on Sunday night. However, more was expected from Bailly, who, according to a sport article, had a nightmare of an evening alongside Leonardo Lordi.